Mark Howard has been training business owners for over 20 years with online business tools and strategies that help them grow and succeed. If you want to grow your business fast and save time, then keep listening. If you want to grow it even faster in less than 3 months, then visit www.BusinessMachine.biz. And now, here's Mark.
Good day, this is Mark Howard from the Business Machine, and in this episode I highlight one of the biggest social media mistakes that businesses are making right now, and I can guarantee you're making it as well. Plus, I'm going to show you how you can create conversation and get interaction from your followers and your visitors on all your social media posts.
Did you know that you can get even more from Mark Howard, including mini marketing sessions, one-to-one sessions, and even access to his private VIP Facebook group? Interested? Then head over to www.patreon.com/businessmachine and check out the different memberships he has on offer today.
Social media platforms present a great opportunity for your business to start conversations with your ideal customers. However, it can be overwhelming to get started and frustrating if your conversations are often, as they are, one-sided. The problem with this is that a lot of business pages, for example, are followed by friends and family as opposed to actual potential clients. However, that's not a bad thing because, let's face it, if you put out a post and your friends and family share that post, then you're reaching a separate target audience, i.e. your friends of your friends and friends of your family, and that's really where your client audience is going to be. As I said before in the past, friends on Facebook aren't your customers. Family on Facebook are not your customers. It's the friends of the friends and so on. The problem is engaging with those people is the hardest thing. And the biggest mistake a lot of businesses are doing right now on Facebook, particularly, and I'm going to focus on Facebook a little bit, and there's a reason for that. It's because sites such as LinkedIn at the moment have become too salesy, and this is the problem that's starting to happen on Facebook as well. It's too salesy, and I'll give you an example of this. I can go onto LinkedIn now, I can go in right now if I wanted to, and I can guarantee you I can have anywhere between 10 and 20 connection requests come through. And if I accept those 10 or 20 connection requests, I can guarantee you that 18 of them are going to start pampering me or start bombarding me with offers and requests to join webinars or for reviews and so on and so forth. So LinkedIn for me has become very much a sales orientated platform, which is sell, and that's not what it's intended for. As I say, Facebook has started to come down this road as well, and it's not particularly a great road to go down, let's be honest with you, because no one wants to be sold to. And if you go back to some of my previous podcasts, you will hear me say this a lot. I always say to people, never sell on Facebook, sell through Facebook. And what I mean by that is you're not targeting people by bombarding them with sales messages all of the time, because let's face it, if I bombarded you with sales messages, you're going to get turned off very quickly and you're going to stop following me or stop interacting with me. The point of selling through Facebook is what you're doing is you're giving ideas, concepts, help, support, whatever it is. You're giving so much more to your audience than just selling. Now, I do know that on occasion some of your posts might be pushing a particular product or service. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the point of the matter is you keep selling, then people will walk away from it. So how do we get around this selling problem? Because if you look at a lot of social media posts at the moment, if you go onto a lot of pages, that's really at the moment is all you're going to start to see. So what you need to remember, the purpose of social media is about connecting with people. That's what it's all about. So when you're looking to post content, think about what someone would actually love to know about your business and possibly even about you as well. It might surprise you, but it's actually a lot more interesting for someone to hear about your personal thoughts than it is to see a promotional post about your latest products. And I'm going to go for that in a second. Sharing tips or ideas, for example, from people in your team is also a great idea. You can easily record a 15 to 30 second video using your smartphone, showing a member of your team giving a top tip about some of your products or services or issues that they can solve. One example of this is that I used to do an online training session or online learning session on a Monday where people can just literally log on to Facebook, look at me actually working and ask me questions as I'm working. Sounds boring, but I used to get quite a lot of interaction just from that, and people are saying, oh look, Mark, since you're on here, can you show me how you can do this? And this is some of the things that I used to do. Now I don't particularly do that anymore because for me it wasn't as productive going long term, and the idea behind it is a great one, and I've seen people starting to do this. So again, I think it's something that's starting to come through, but for me at the time, certainly now, as I'm talking to you, it isn't as productive as it used to be. The thing is with social media is that people tend to be quite lazy, and you need to almost guide them through what you're going to be doing and what you want them to do. So, for example, the latest one that I've been doing with a lot of people is the same people do not like but love. And what I mean by that is when people come onto Facebook, I don't want them to like my pages. I want them to love my posts and my pages, because the algorithms on Facebook at the moment are looking at all the other emojis. They'd rather someone love or care for a post than like it. Now, I also do social media management and training for people, and one of the things I often get asked by my clients is this: oh, you're doing all these posts for us, Mark. I'll be like, yes, and you're doing all this work for us. That's great, fantastic. What if I want to put up a post about something? I'll be, do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Oh, but I want to put up a post of us at the Christmas party, or I want to put up a post of a new member of staff, or I want to put up a post of us doing this, that, and the other. And I'll be like, just do whatever you feel is right for you at the time and just put that post up. Now, the reason I want that to happen is because I want to see the personal side of the business evolving and on the social media posts, and that is why those particular posts do quite well. Now, you don't want to go too crazy with it, for example, but it's always good to show the personality of a business, and that's often what is missing on social media posts. So, for example, one of the things I tend to do is on the weekends now, what I'll do is I'll put up pictures of myself doing something over the weekend, and it doesn't necessarily have to be work related. Often you'll find me out and about smoking a pipe somewhere or doing whatever I am doing, and I'll do a picture of myself out with the dogs, for example, out with the dogs this weekend, really enjoying myself, clear my mind, ready for the week, that type of thing. Those posts tend to get a lot more engagement from my potential customers than anything else, and the reason is because I'm a real person. I'm the person behind the business machine. And I actually call these posts behind the business machine. And I do that specifically. So I actually call each one of these posts behind the business machine. You could do something similar. And it's about bringing this personality into my posts. And I have started to see a huge increase in interaction with my posts just from doing this. But there are other posts that you can do as well that can really bring the interaction through. Asking questions is a great way to do it. But rather than just asking the question on a post, create a graphic. Now, you can use sites like canva.com that allow you to create graphics, but rather than just writing out what your question is, use the graphic, because graphics really do stand out and do something really bold and bright and in your face, and ask a question. And it doesn't have to be work related either. So try and think of something that's really going to get people thinking and actually ask the question and get people to answer it. This is the important thing, and this is the biggest thing you're going to do with your social media when people start to interact, when people start to comment on your posts, is that you must comment or respond back to every single one of them. Doesn't matter how many there is, you have to comment and respond back to every single one of them. And the best way to comment back is respond to their initial comment, or say something about their initial comment, or just expand on initial comment, but always leave off with a question. And the reason you do that is because if you leave off of a question, then what you're going to do is that person's going to come back and respond. They're going to see what you've said, and they come back and they're going to respond to it. And that's going to create more engagement on your post as well. And you're going to start to see this happening more and more. There are other things you can do that will really help your business. So if you ever sit down with me and look at what I talk about with social media, I always say the same things. If you take the week, Monday to Sunday, for example, I normally do Monday to Sunday, but it doesn't matter. Mondays, people tend not to do too much on a Monday because, it's the first day of work. They're going to be, annoyed they're back at work. They've got all these emails, there's admin to do. Monday's my admin day, by the way. So I don't tend to be on social media as much on a Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, for example, tend to be more social media activity going on, even at work, not just so much in the evenings, but I'm talking about during the day as well. So those days tend to be the better days for posting. Friday tends to be okay for posting, but people tend to be a little bit more relaxed because it's the weekend. They're thinking about going to the pub or socialising with friends. So they're not going to want to do anything too in depth. So the types of posts you do there will be different from your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, for example. And then the weekends, what you tend to find on the weekends, for example, is that people will go in there, but they're not in work mode. They're not in buying mode. So it's the weekend. They're not really there to look to buy, especially with your business. So what you need to do is you need to sort of make your plan for your social media to work. So what I would tend to do is on a Monday, do something like a helpful training session, for example, a video I might put up, a podcast I might put up, one of my podcasts, blog posts, something that's very quick and easy that I can put up. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get much engagement from it, but it still means that I'm pushing out information to my social media people and my followers so they can see what's going on. Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, for example, tend to be a little bit more of a mixed bag. It tends to be some kind of advertising a product or a service or helping people out with ideas, that type of thing, but it's more business related. So it's a little bit more business related than I would expect to do on a Monday. Thursdays and Fridays I tend to do things such as Throwback Thursdays. Fridays I tend to do inspirational quotes or stuff for the weekend. Asking the question, what are you guys doing for this weekend? This is what I've got planned. And then the weekend, the Saturday and Sundays, tend to be a little bit more about me and my personality. Again, behind the business machine. And this is proving to be a very successful way of doing social media right now. So have a think about this. Now, if you're really, really stuck, you say, look, Mark, I'm really stuck about this. This is all great and everything else, but I really need some help on this. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for you right now. Look in the description below. Okay, look in the description below, and there's a free PDF. There's a social media cheat sheet. There's something like 60 social media posts and ideas that you can do today, okay, on your social media. I've got some great ideas in there. They're all listed out, and you can just pick and choose whatever you want to do. 60 of them. You're not going to get lost of that. And I promise you now, it's a bit.ly link, so it's completely safe. But the other thing as well is, I promise you, it is a direct link. So that means there is no sign up to anything at all. So you don't have to sign up to get this. It's completely free. You just click on the link. It's a PDF. It'll pop up in your browser window, and you can click download, and you can download it straight to your desktop, and you've got it. So there's no signing up, nothing at all. It's completely free. That's yours for listening to my podcast. So well done. Thanks for tuning in. The one thing I would ask you to do right now, if you've got the 2 seconds, I really, really would love you to get more notifications on my podcast about what I do each week. And to do that's quite simple. What I'd like you to do right now is click on the subscribe or the follow button, depending on where you are, which podcasting station you're listening to me on. Click on the subscribe or follow. That way you can get notified of my podcasts as they come out each week and they get updated. And if you've got anything you'd like me to touch upon, or anything you'd like me to talk about, do you know what? Stick it in the description below. Give me some comments below. I'm quite happy to answer any questions you've got. Put them in below, and have a fantastic week in business. Hope you've enjoyed this little gold nugget of your online marketing.